What's going on, everybody? We are back. Thanks for tuning in to the SKF Weekly. Still Knicks fans in the building. You see us. Do you? Yep, we're right here. You see us.
We're here.
What's happening, John? How you doing, brother?
There, Rod. I'm good.
No. I'm good. Like, what? Are we here? Yeah. No, we here.
You have to double check that stream.
Nah, we good. What's happening, brother?
Man.
How you been?
Oh, man, all is well, man. Looking forward to today's show. Excited. Season's about to start. We got a couple of preseasons out the way. We got a couple more coming up. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan. Clean slate.
It is a really good time to be a Knicks fan. It's an even better time to be a New York Giant fan. Let's go! 4-1, baby. Let's go. London in the building. Booyah.
That's a nice win, man.
Listen, talk about an underdog team, man. I love that Giant. See, I like the fact that the Giants are doing this right now because you know what? It's something about rooting for the underdog, and then I think the Knicks are always the underdog. So I like them to tie. Listen, Knicks players need to be going to Giant games, and Giant players need to be going to Knicks games, man. Definitely.
I'm with you there.
That energy.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's good timing, man. I mean, we've needed this for a little bit. Unfortunately, there was one of our teams, didn't fail so well. So, a little sad by that, but I think it's good that we have, it's good that we have our Giants to hold us, up as we go into the playoff run. We're going to see how our Yankees do. Try to bring one home, for our New Yorkers out there rooting.
Wonder what's the level of toxins in plastic.
It's crazy, right? The same amount that it is to root for your team in April.
All right.
Hey, fine. Listen, you gave it. Fine. You giving it to me. Remember. I told you.
Hi.
Coming along.
Listen, shout out to all my New York Met fans out there. Listen, we can't forget who we are. We Met fans. We won 101 games. We got knocked out in the first round, basically, the wild card round of the playoffs. Is it a disappointment? Yes, it is. Should Max Scherzer and maybe Jacob deGrom pitched well in the second game, but had they both been pitching well down the stretch, maybe we would have won those games and we wouldn't even have been pressured to be in a wild card scenario. But whatever, it is what it is. It was a great season, as John said.
Yeah, it was a great season. It's something to look forward to next year. Hopefully they don't lose a lot of pieces. The reality is that you were out there to win this year. It didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. You have to sign DeGrom. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to. And bring over Max Scherzer and see, if you can make another season, another fluid season. I think you guys had a great season. I think the Mets, all Met fans should be excited about the future. You got really good quality players on the team and a great coach. I'm a fan of Buck Showalter, so I think you're headed in the right direction. It's better than what happened last year and a few years prior, so take it for what it's worth. It's a learning experience for a lot of these players, and you grow from it, you move on from it.
That's a fact. That's how you got to look at it, man. You know what? First off, we and this is something that as sports fans who love our team, the Knicks, have to deal with. I mean, we could be in that type of situation too. Right now, we've got a team with a bunch of young guys. Hopefully, they get it together. But eventually, we're going to want to put some solid NBA ready, contender ready pieces on this roster. And when you get to that point, it's like all in. And if things don't work out, you could be like the New York Mets winning 101 games and getting knocked out early. So, it's something to deal with. Hopefully, the Knicks learn a lot
in our
from
case,
watching other teams.
42 games and then out. It could happen.
Yeah. So it's. So kudos to the teams that still have something to play for. The New York Yankees. Hopefully, they have a nice long run, and I don't want to hear another championship, but whatever. If they get it, they get it. So shout out to them for still being in it. We'll see how they do. Once again, shout out to the New York Giants, and then shout out to our New York Knicks for what we hope to be a very successful season.
Yeah. Let's also give a shout out to the New York Jets, who have been playing well.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry. I
That's
apologize.
amazing
That's
to
right.
see as well.
The Jets are playing well. I think are the Jets 3-2?
Something like that. Yeah, I think they won last week.
Yeah, I think the Jets are 3-2. So kudos to them. I mean, they knocked off a tough Miami Dolphin team. Even if Miami was playing with a third-string quarterback, let me tell you something. That Jet defense gave Miami's offense no time. I mean, they were all over them. So kudos to the Jets.
You play who you play, no matter what the week. You know what I mean? You don't know who's going to be there. Every team's going to deal with injuries. You got to play who you have. So it's a win is a win is a win. So kudos to them. And our New York Rangers, man. New York Rangers, don't sleep. We had a great season last year. Let's hope for another great season this coming season. I think they started playing already. For those hockey fans out there. So
facts.
I follow highlights. I don't watch the games until the playoffs hit. So I'm not gonna front and say I'm a diehard Rangers fan. I do root for the Rangers out of all the New York teams, but I wait until the playoff kicks in or look towards the back end of the season and start to watch.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm the same way. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to, and that's fine. That's my cross to bear. When it comes to hockey, I'm a fair weather fan. Do I like the Rangers? Yes. Back in the day, I actually used to be more in tune to what they had going on, but I have drifted a lot since then. But I still love the Rangers and wish them nothing but the best. And hopefully, maybe I'll get to a Ranger game. I think that's what I need. If we can get to a Ranger game, John, boom, that'll really get us back into the swing of things.
I don't know what those prices are anymore, but I know Knicks games are tough to get into because they're expensive.
That's true.
So
that's a good point.
It does not really sure about the Ranger games. It's crazy.
That's a problem.
Those prices are ridiculous.
Good point. Well, anyway, guys, this has been a really interesting, busy week. We had 2 Knicks preseason games. We also had a live open practice that just took place. And we also had the Knicks tip-off, what's becoming an annual thing now. I don't know if how many years they've been doing it, but I know they did it last year and they did it this year again. It's their annual celebrity game at Rucker Park. So that happened on Saturday. Nice. So it's been an interesting week. Really busy.
Nice. Too bad we weren't able to attend.
I know. It would have been nice for us to be in the building. But yeah, we couldn't get out there, unfortunately. But yeah. But listen, let's start off talking about the Rucker Park celebrity game. I will tell you who I watched some highlights, and I know they had a lot of different festivities. They had some of the Knicks City dancers in the building. There was returning Knick veterans in the building. Some watched last year, some participated this year. Raymond Felton was out there. Amari Stoudemire was there. Spreewell was there. Meta World Peace was in the building. He played. I'm just trying to think, was there anybody else that I noticed that maybe, no, I don't know. Tom Shepard was in the building from Above the Rim. He was there. The actor who played him, he was there. And they made a special Knick jersey for him. I thought that was kind of cool. But it looked like it was a fun time. And then obviously you had some of the MSG faithful, like Kazim was there, Monica McNutt was there. And there was also some Twitter folks that we see, like Anthony Donahue, who's like the number one Knick fan, always at every Knick game. And there was a lot of people of that sort there. So it looked like a really fun time. Obi Toppin showed up later. He helped judge the slam dunk competition. So it was pretty cool. And I heard the slam dunk competition actually was pretty fun. So
Nice.
maybe the pros need to take a lesson from them.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys doing some interesting dunks, especially there's a tournament out for like the best dunkers of the world, and they do some amazing tricks when they're out there in the air, like behind the back turns and twists, and um, they need to implement some of that or those individuals in the slam dunk contest, sort of make it a relevant sort of dunk contest. Because these days there is far few that come with some unique style dunks. And I think part of it is because they really don't have the time to practice those dunks, right? That's not their thing. Their thing is to practice every day, shooting, sort of in game, situations, and that's really what you want your NBA players to focus on.
Right.
Dunking sort of a hobby, at least for them, for most NBA players, that should be like secondary.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Very true. Because that is the thing. Like that, and that's why we've said it here multiple times. I think you might have mentioned it several times on your own, John, that they should
Hmm.
really think about opening up the slam dunk competition to the professional dunkers. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
why
mean
not?
that's the truth. Why not? Yeah, I mean you make it. It's a good point.
Yeah, or do sort of like a combination where you have a pro dunker work with, or a pro player work with a pro dunker on some of their unique dunks to see who can actually pull it off. Because it's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes for these elite dunkers. They're out there. They're trying things out. They don't. It's sort of hit and miss for most of them until they really get it down pat. But they're constantly practicing. So
Hmm.
if you practicing your
Yeah,
craft, you're bound to get those one or two really unique dunks.
agreed. Agreed. So all in all, um, you know, I think that, and I could be wrong, but personally, I feel like the promotion for this event was very limited. Maybe they did that on purpose because it is an open event. Tickets aren't sold to. It's a free event. So if they promote it too heavily, maybe the crowd will be too much and overbearing. So they kind of
Mhm.
wait. I'm not saying until the last minute, but I feel like they didn't really promote it that heavy. I just found out about it a day before it happened, and
Oh,
I'm on
really?
Twitter almost every day. So, but
They
whatever.
were announcing it
Uh,
on MSG though. That's was
you know what? I
it was
guess I
out there.
had no. I don't know. I don't know how I missed it,
Yeah,
but yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. It was
But it
out
looked
there.
like
It
a
was
really
out there.
fun
I've seen
time.
it. I've
Yeah,
seen
it looked like
some
a really fun
promotional
time.
stuff and stuff. So I think it was out there enough. But also, it's happening in Rucker Park, like you're saying. It's open to the public. There's a lot of local folks who go and attend those. They do a lot of giveaways, a lot of things for the kids and the youth. So it's a great time for those in the local community as well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, it's definitely, it looked like a real fun time. I saw a lot of people out there that I've seen before, and then people bringing their families like little children and everything. So good job by MSG and the New York Knicks once again for putting on
Yeah.
a
And
good
shout
event.
outs to them. They won Emmys this year too, New York Emmys. Shout outs to the
Oh,
MSG
nice.
crew. I think Bill Pito and that team won a New York Emmy recently for their I think it's their post game or pregame show, one of them.
Oh,
But
that's dope.
they're doing great work there at MSG. So continue the hard work, and it's actually playing off. So kudos to them.
Yeah, that's dope. Fantastic. Good for them. Yeah, man. They know what they're doing over there at MSG. I ain't gonna lie. It looks good. So that was Saturday. And then yesterday they had the once again the annual tradition, New York Nick open practice. Oh, and funny enough, I failed to mention, I should mention that. Maybe she watches. I don't know. my cousin was in attendance for that too. She's a big Knicks fan, and she goes to a lot of
Nice.
those Knicks events. So she was there too. So shout out to my cousin.
Nice.
Anyway, open practice. I don't know how many people were in attendance for that. Were you aware that they were having the open practice yesterday?
That I wasn't aware of.
Well, you know what? They messed up there. If John wasn't aware, then the MSG is slipping. They need to get it together. But that's cool. It was nice to see. Like, I don't know, man. Practice is practice. I don't know how much excitement comes from that. I just think that it's a good fan opportunity. Sometimes these fans get a chance to be a little closer, a little bit more intimate with the players. And they also stick around sometimes, take pictures with them, and they might sign things and stuff. So that's cool.
Autograph.
Right. That's cool. It's a cool experience. I don't know if I saw anything in practice from what I was watching that I could say, hey, that was incredible or anything like that. I mean, you saw some leaping ability from Jericho Sims. He did like a windmill dunk and his head was above the rim when he was doing it. I mean, that's ridiculous. But it's just another good, feel-good moment to show interaction between the New York Knicks, Madison Square Garden, and the fans. And I think I will say the Knicks have been very good about that.
Yeah.
Very good about interacting with the fans.
They're definitely trying to put their best foot forward, trying to make this season about the fans and, doing their best to sort of put their current players out there more and giving them a little bit more light to talk about, things that they've gone through, some of their trials and tribulations, some of the stuff that they're working on, some of the things that they're sort of still learning how to do. So those are great things to sort of get engaged with the fandom and allow the fandom inside to their, give the fandom a little bit more than just what they know about a player, in particular to like a kid coming out of the draft, or just watching a kid like Obi play. You don't necessarily know his triggers, what gets him excited, what are the things that
right.
He frowns upon, or some of those things is good to hear from the players directly, so they fans get a better idea of who they're rooting for.
Agreed. I agree with that 100%. So that was the festive weekend that took place this past weekend, guys. Fun time for the fans. Nice look by MSG and the New York Knicks, but that wasn't the whole week. We also had two New York Knicks preseason games. Knicks started off their preseason against the Detroit Pistons, and I thought they played really well. Talked about it a little bit, but wanted to reiterate once again for the fans who may or may not have seen it live or didn't catch a replay. It was nice to see what the Knicks did out there. They went out there, they controlled the game, the pace of the game. If the Knicks are big on pace this year, they're also trying to speed up the game. Even if it's not necessarily pace related, if they can't change the pace, they're trying to move faster. That's another thing. And the ball movement looked good. Jalen Brunson looked great. Things have been, really nice so far. I know we talked about it a little bit before, John, but your thoughts once again on that Detroit Piston game?
Yeah, it's good to see. Like I said, what I wanted to see mostly was sort of a rinse and repeat of that game. You know what I mean? To see how these players would they come ready to play against a team who some would look at as competition, a team who's going to be somewhere near us in a race for a 10th or 9th or 8th spot, sort of playing type of team in the Pacers. But Detroit is, it's a young team, but they're going to have their moments as well this year. I don't necessarily know if they're going to be fighting alongside us for one of those seeds, a play-in seed, but it's good to see, the Knicks come out and sort of show a little dominance against teams that we expect them to be better than. That's the one thing I could say. And again, it's preseason, so I'm not going to get too high on anything we see there. I have to wait until the regular season starts. For me, it's really about that first game against Memphis. That's going to be our sort of what they call that, a barometer, game. See sort of how are we going to play against top teams in the NBA.
Right.
Consider Memphis to be one of those top, 6 to 7, 5, 6 team. They're a top team. I don't know where they'll fall in the bracket, but I could assume that they're going to be one of the top teams in the NBA. With a good winning record. Yeah, we could fare well against them. I think we're going to be okay. So that's going to speak volume.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's one of those things they just have to keep plugging away and stay true to what they're doing. Don't get too far from the game plan when you get smacked in the face a little bit with a team that's coming out and giving you their best. Just be prepared to continue to do what you were doing.
Right.
Initially, whatever you started the game with, like what was the plan, try to stick with that, because my worry is that the Knicks will start reverting into they're playing us well, they're playing us tough, they're stopping some of the things we like to do, give the ball to Julius, give the ball to RJ, ISO ball. I don't think that's a good way to go about things, and that's what I think gets the Knicks in a lot of trouble. Well, at least that's what we dealt with last year. So I'm hoping that it won't be the case too much anyway. I mean, it might happen here and there, but I'm hoping it won't be the case too much now that we have Jalen Brunson here, because I think he's going to be that stabilizer. In addition to having a healthy Derrick Rose, I think that helps avoid that. So we'll see.
I hope so. If we look at the second game that we played against, when we played against the Pacers, first quarter, you've seen a lot of Jalen Brunson going one-on-one. And, that's some of the sort of, I don't necessarily know if that's a play call coming from Tibbs. I think Tibbs wants a player to run the action and then make a decision on whether to pass or shoot the ball, right? They have to read the play. And so allowing that to be the norm for the Knicks, I think we're going to go into spurts where we sort of slump in moments of the game because we're so like our offense is predicated on that option, on that role, instead of calling out plays that sort of work in other players into an offensive scheme. We're sort of allowing one player to dictate the action. And at this point, it seems like it's going to be Jalen Brunson for the most part. And from time to time, you'll see RJ and Randall handle the rock. I think we're going to run into that from time to time. It's just defensively, how do we match up against other teams? And can we come out of third quarters if we have the lead? How do we continue holding on that lead in the third quarter? Because we had trouble doing it against the Pacers, and he called multiple timeouts, right, to keep us intact, which was smart on his part. But also, if we're losing coming out of the half and going into the third quarter, how do we gain momentum, so then we could ride that wave into the fourth quarter and try to get a close victory if we can, But it's about winning quarters, right? That's really what it's about. If you could win every quarter, then you're going to be good throughout the season. If you struggle with that, then we're going to run into the same situation we ran into last year. The percentages, that's the biggest thing that stood out for me in the Pacer game. It's like their shooting percentages as a whole were not strong, right? We were shooting under, I don't know, like 30%, like somewhere in the 30s instead of being somewhere in the 40s. It leaves a lot to be had, right? Like you leave that out on the floor. I expect that this next upcoming game against Detroit, because we've seen them already, we know what they come defensively with. Because I believe we play Detroit again, right? And on Wednesday?
No. Well, I mean, to start the regular season, you mean?
No. The next preseason game is on Wednesday,
No,
right?
it's the Pacers. We play the Pacers twice.
Oh, Pacers twice. Okay. So seeing the Pacers once again, we know what they come with, right? So I'm expecting them to sort of do a little better with their shooting percentage, right? I'm expecting Julius to not shoot that many threes, but also making a higher percentage from the field in general.
Mm-hmm.
I expect Jalen Brunson to shoot a better percentage from the field, as well as RJ. Like, those are the guys who are going to carry us throughout the season, and I expect those guys to shoot it at a better clip. Outside of that, I think everything else that they did on that in the game against the Pacers was like exactly what we wanted to see. High energy, good defense. Sneakers were squeaking, hands were flying. A lot of good, deflections, good rebounding. I think that's what we did really well. We rebounded the ball both on the offensive side and on the defensive side. I think everybody was on a plus, right, when it comes to like what they provide in the game. I think everyone was on the high. Everybody was on a plus. I don't think anyone on our team ended up with a negative.
In the Pacer game?
Yeah, I don't think anybody on our team.
There was like two, and then there was one that was even, which was weird. Okay. But yeah, but for the most part, they all played pretty well, and I think they finished 6 players in double figures.
Yeah, which is great to see. That means there were, other guys were getting an opportunity to shoot the ball. It's a preseason game, so we know we play a lot more players in the preseason. So I'm waiting to see in that first game if Tibbs, decides to keep that, ideology. But I don't think that's the case, right? I think if I was a betting man, I would bet against him playing 11 players. We'll see what that rotation looks like. I know they gave an opportunity to Cam. Cam played okay. He didn't go crazy offensively. He didn't do anything wrong defensively, which is great. There still isn't enough out there for him to warrant extra minutes.
I agree with that.
And for Grimes too. I mean, Grimes hasn't played yet. So I mean, if you want to say that last year warranted the minutes he gets this year, I could see that as well. We know what he's going to do defensively, right? He's going to bring it. It's the only thing I have to say about Grimes is, can he shoot it efficiently enough from the field to make his minutes count when he's, I don't see him starting. I see him coming off the bench at least to start the season. So see how that works.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it gets interesting. I think one of the things that looked good was the Knicks are slowly starting to go back to just playing solid basketball and not relying on the 3-point shot, which is good because they don't really shoot it at a high clip, and at an efficient clip as a team.
Right.
Certain guys can knock it down, but for the most part, no. So I'm glad that they're not relying on it. They are definitely taking them when they're, available. But last year, I think it was a real big focal point of the offense. Like, we got to shoot more threes so we can stretch the floor. It gives us more, lanes to the basket and all this. And it just didn't really work for the personnel that we have. We have a couple players now who can stretch the floor. We have a player in Jalen Brunson who's more efficient in the lane, which I do agree that Jalen Brunson also plays somewhat ISO ball, but he's so efficient at it that it doesn't detract or hurt your team. As long as he can remain efficient at scoring and shoot at a high clip when he's going good, because it was a tale of two Jalen's in a way that the first game he was shot very efficient, very high clip from all parts of the game, all facets. Second game, his shooting from the field was not as good, but he was 9 of 9 from the free throw line. So he makes up for it. There's a balance. Yeah, there's a balance with him. So and those are two things that are very good, and those came out of that Indiana Pacer game. One, the Knicks shot, I think it was 94 or 96% from the free throw line, which is bananas.
It doesn't happen often.
I know, that's crazy. And it was not like it was 2 shots. Like, it was like 26 of 28 or something like. It was something like that. Crazy. It was wild.
Right.
And then, points in the paint. They had 50 points in the paint in the Indiana game and
Definitely dominant
64 or
there.
65 in Detroit. So that's a good sign. It's a good sign. It means that,
Yeah,
you know, effective scoring.
Yeah, and they're not. It shows that they're not sort of just like you said earlier, just like chucking up threes. Like they're trying to get more efficient. They're also rebounding as a team, getting some putbacks, and that's good. And I think that's where Randall and Mitchell are gonna sort of see their rise. I think they're gonna get a lot more opportunities to get, some rebounds, get out there and get some hustle plays and putbacks. And Randall is underrated, rebounder. I think league wise, everyone knows he'll get to 10 rebounds a game, but I think it's sort of overlooked, right? Because they expect him to be the focal point of an offense. And right now, he doesn't have to be the focal point of this offense. He could just focus on, gravitating to the rim, grabbing some rebounds, getting some putbacks in, getting us some extra possessions, and also scoring in the block, where most of his scoring was in the perimeter last year. He doesn't have to focus his energy on the perimeter as he did last year. He can focus on scoring on the block, and I think he'll be more effective that way as well. Not too many players who can handle him one-on-one, especially when he's down,
Agreed.
within 15 feet of the rim.
As long as he's willing to do it. I mean, because I just sense a level of hesitancy with regards to Randall playing on the block. I don't know what
Right.
it is. Maybe I don't know. I'm not going to try to speculate on what he thinks. I'm just assuming that maybe it's because he knows it's something that he can do. He has learned to shoot from the perimeter to help diversify his game, and that kind of helped lead him to most improved player 2 years ago. But sometimes something works for one season, it doesn't work for the next season. You kind of adjust to what makes sense for you. And his efficiency last season wasn't good at all. So, maybe going back to the block. We've seen it a couple times. We talked about it. We saw it against the Brooklyn Nets, that game that we saw with the watch party, different games where he started to assert himself, and this is what we wanted, and it looked good. So hopefully he gets kind of back into that mode, like you said, because I know that's one of those things that you always said that he looks better at. Whether or not he chooses to do it, that's another story. We'll see.
There were some good signs though. Like, I mean, he sort of had a moment where he took over in, the third quarter, right, of that Pacer game. He was able to get the ball on the block a few times, face up his opponent, and attack the rim. He also made a couple of really good passes off of that double team to find an open player to shoot. I think it was Barrett for an open three. So those are the things we want to see more of with Randall. Catching it from the free throw down, into the block. Be more efficient there. Make your decision from that point. I think he'll be okay. Again, he has a quick hop, so if he misses the first one, you can expect him to get back up and get his own rebound and put back. That's the one thing I like about his game. He's got good jump. And the same thing with Mitchell. Mitchell right there on the other side of him could also clean up the glass. So it's going to be very difficult for teams to contend against if he got it going. Especially with Jalen Brunson out there. From what I understand, he's an efficient three-point scorer from the catch and shoot, but on like I want to say the corner three. I think he's above 40-something%, 46, 47%. So that's a good, those are good options to have. And if RJ could shoot it at a higher clip, Evan will be able to do so. I think we'll have some options for him, especially if they try to, double down in the block.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of good things to look forward to with this young Knick team, man. I'm excited. It's a good excitement. It's not like overly high expectations. It's just that I feel like they're going to play, much better, sound, smart basketball. There are going to be some times where the Knicks just don't have it. No matter what they try to do, that the other team is better, and there's going to be other times where the Knicks struggle, and it's all about Do they struggle the way they struggled last year, where they had 20-point leads and the whole game falls apart? Or do they struggle where they have a 20-point lead and the other team starts to chip away at it, gets it down to 10 or 5, whatever it is, and the Knicks rebound, sustain the lead, and win the game? So,
Right.
and I think it's going to be more of the latter, that they'll be able to sustain some of these victories a little better because of better taking care of the ball, managing the time, taking efficient shots, and not settling for threes.
Yeah, that's a great point. The turnovers, you notice, have gone down over the first two games. If they can continue that trend, I think that's a positive trend. And that'll be, a tall sign of, better things to come in the future. So protect the ball, right? Those positions are key. And I think they've talked about it, right? I think Tibbs was open about it in his press conference. He likes that we're protecting the ball. We're not, we're making good decisions, giving an opportunity for our players to shine, putting them in the best position to succeed, allowing, for guys to have open shots and whether make or miss, they're good shots to be had. Those are the things that they want. And it's really about protecting the ball. And I think Jalen Brunson's done a really magnificent job of sort of bringing that with him from Dallas.
Agreed. It's nice to watch. I mean, and the funny thing is, like, when you watch him go out there and do this stuff, you almost feel like you're right and other people are wrong. But no, all it is he's doing what you've seen him do somewhere else, and now he's doing it for the Knicks, whereas other people, just for whatever reason, thought because he puts on a Knicks uniform, he forgets how to play basketball. I don't know what it is. He's just doing what Jalen Brunson does.
Right.
But
and I'm
good,
glad
man.
that he said he's not the savior, right? Like, I'm glad he was out there in front of it, and it's just like, I'm not here to be a savior. I'm here to be just another piece of the puzzle. So that's how you handle the media. Smart kid.
I agree.
Smart young
100%.
man, I should say, because he's no kid.
Look at you.
Young
Look
man.
at you. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, but technically, it's funny. We have to refer to people as such, but really, I mean, we're at that age now where some of these people are, this is crazy. I still can't get over that, bro.
It's wild.
It's nuts. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash that like button. Show your love for Still Knick fans. SKF Weekly. This is the Monday show. You know what I mean? This is the Monday show. Hey, I don't know. Don't mind me. I'm in a Family Guy mode. It feels like Family Guy. Salute to everybody. Manchild in the building. Salute Geraldine McIver, First Lady of Still Knick fans in the building. The Ron Wayne is here. Let's see. Jeremy Nussbaum is in the building. Good to see you, Jeremy, as always. Let me see. Who else do I see here? Oh, Wonder Woman's in the building. Be Civilized is here. Illmaddox is here. Cormega's in the building. Bricks Nation is here. Ashley Inc.
Nice.
What's good, Ashley Inc.? My man Wiz. Angel Torres is here. Felicia Lee is in the building. Let me see here. Steph is here. Not the queen, the other Steph. What's good, bro? Good to see you. Worldwide L is here. Salute. DSJ is in the building. Delano Steele Jr. The sweet sounds of Delano Steele Jr. on Still Knick fans. We got to make that happen, bro. Travel Vibes is here. Salute. My guy, D's World of Hoops. D Poetic, a.k.a. D the Knick Analyst, a.k.a. D is Ballin'. You know it. He got a lot of acronyms and all that stuff. Salute to Vaughn Allen. Salute to Ron Sarmiento. And I think that's it for now. Appreciate you guys. And to those who may not be in the chat that are watching, thank you for being here as well. Smash that like button. Show your support. Show your love. We're trying to make sure the YouTube algorithm knows we exist still. We're still here. Still Knick fans.
That's right. Season 3 is right around the corner. We got some new things in store.
Right around the corner.
It's going to be a fun time. Thanks to our producer, Jose, who's been helping us out, just building, doing his He keeps clicking the wrong button.
No.
Oh man, I'm
Kinda
multitasking,
sad.
guys. I'm.
Uh-oh.
What would you
He's
say there,
sad.
Jose? Huh?
I'm kind of sad.
Why?
Because season 3 is right around the corner.
Hmm.
You know what that means, right?
What does it mean, Jose?
The things that the people watch, the things that the people are looking at right now is going bye-bye.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
that's tough.
I always look at the bright side. You
What's
know,
that?
out with the old, in with the new. It's,
Hmm?
we're stepping up the game. It's always a good thing to step it up. Yeah. See?
Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump.
Gotta hit fist bump.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to all our viewers who are watching us right now, throw some fire emoji in the chat. Yes, season 3 is right around the corner, and we're proud to present to you our new look in the new season. Are you guys excited? Because I'm excited.
I'm
I know I
excited.
am.
You guys don't seem like
I'm
it.
feeling good about
Well,
it.
the chat, if you guys are excited for the new season, throw some fire emoji right here. This one is for y'all.
Oh yeah, put those fire emojis in there. You got that fist pump down pat, bro.
And you know what? For everyone who throws the fire emoji, you're going to get some love tonight right here live.
Nice.
SKF.
There you go. Yeah, we're looking forward to this season. We're gonna have a lot more fun with it too. We're gonna put together some games, some new segments. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun time. I can't wait. Hey, I was about to get my. Okay, all right. I'll hold. You know, it's cool. I'll hold back, Jose. Thank you for stopping that because I was about to let loose. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, that's what I'm here for, you know? We're just here to have fun. We're here to get everyone involved. And I know I'm not sounding great. That's because I'm not feeling well, but you know what? I'm so excited to be here with my brothers. And I'm actually more excited because last week, listen, folks, last week, I finally, after 2 years, right? 2
Yeah.
years?
Sounds about right.
After
All right.
2 years of working with these guys, I finally met Ron in real life. It was, you know what?
Yes. We made it happen.
Let's
COVID
go.
can't stop us.
That's right.
I finally met Ron. I was super excited. I was super shocked. And if you don't know the context of this, why I'm only mentioning Ron and not John, if you don't know the history, me and John actually work together. So I see John almost every day, Monday through Friday,
Right.
the weekends
Right.
with the family.
Yeah.
But I got to meet Ron, and I can't wait to meet him again in 2 more years. That's it. I'm done.
Oh man! Hopefully we can make it a little sooner than that.
Yeah, man.
And let me tell you something. Those buffalo wings were hitting, man. I'm damn. I want those buffalo wings now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, they're a bit crazy.
Yeah. But whew, man, like damn it. No other buffalo wing is gonna stand up to what I had there. So thank you, John. Appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, man. We trying, like I said, guys. We're trying to get everything going. Give you guys some new content, at least a little change into the look, you know, spruce things up a little bit. We're in a new season. We're optimistic about our Knick team. You know what? Leon Rose said it's a clean slate. So he must have meant for still Knick fans as well. So why not?
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Why not? There
Yeah,
you go.
man.
So we gotta try. We gotta try, man. Thank you guys. Travel Vibes. You know what? I don't know what you do, Travel Vibes, but I'm starting to feel some travel vibes. I think I need to get my travel on, man. So, you know, holla at me if you I don't know what you do, but yeah, man. Appreciate you guys once again. Thank you to the chat. So here's the question, John.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think now, you know, I don't think this is far-fetched. Do you think that maybe, just from what you've seen early, and I know none of this matters, these games don't even count.
Right.
Do you think maybe the Knicks will be better than you initially thought?
Optimistically, right? That's really what we're asking. It's like some sort of optimism around this season.
Yeah, I'm sipping all the optimism juice right now.
Nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good at 42 wins. I think I'm good. I think that's enough optimism because there's going to be a tale of two seasons, right? Whether we are fully healthy and fully engaged, or we're not. And those are the things you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't predict.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, I think barring injuries, barring any crazy circumstances, if we have the team that we have in front of us today, I think we're a 42 win team. I wouldn't give us more than that. We have to prove it. We have to be there consistently in order to say that we're a consummate playoff bound team. We're not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not throwing out the 50 burgers this year. I'm not doing it. You got to prove it to me. So for me, it's going to be 42 wins, and I think that's optimistic enough.
I hear you, man. Listen, I knew you're steadfast, man. You're a tough cookie to crack.
It.
So I
not
understand. I, on the other hand, guys, I mean, he's scared to throw the 50 burger out there. He's scared to throw the 50 burger out there. But this guy, Ron,
he's throwing burgers all over the place.
I'm not scared to change my prediction. I had the Knicks winning 43 games. After what I've seen so far in the preseason, and the fact that maybe, with good health and a lenient Tom Thibodeau rotation, I think that I got to change that number. And I'm going to change it right now.
Wow.
I'm changing my number right now, folks. Okay? You know what? I said I wasn't going to go crazy, and I don't think I'm going crazy because I'm a believer, folks. All right? I said 43 wins. No, we going higher, baby. I'm going 44 wins. Let's go. 44 wins, guys. Yes. That's right. I think the Knicks look good enough to win one extra game. Let's go.
You're the worst. You started with 45. You went down to 43. Now you're back at 44.
I adjust, man. I'm doing the math.
I tell you, by the end of this fourth preseason game, you're going to be back to 45 to start the season.
Listen, I'm only going by what as Tom Thibodeau say, the game will dictate what's
Who
out
plays?
there for you or whatever. It shows you how to play or whatever. I don't know. I'm going with that, and I think I was a little too harsh on them. Following my heart. One more victory. Let's go. 44 in the building. There you go, folks.
I hear you.
That's it. I know you guys are shocked. You were like, Ron, you sure? Yes. I added one more victory. Let's go.
Telling you.
Hey, man.
You know what we should do for season 3? Oh, we're gonna set up I'm not even gonna say it. We're gonna wait. I got a nice idea. And it revolves around this. So I've got a nice idea. We're gonna present it. We'll talk after the show. We'll set it up for season 3. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be some fans interaction with this one. Yeah.
And guys, don't forget, we are trying to change and expand on some of the stuff, the ideas and creatively things we're doing for the show. But there are certain things that we're keeping. The weekly prediction, that's not going anywhere. Jose coming in with his graphics and sprucing it up and giving us those sound effects and all the things he does to creatively make the show better. That's still there, folks. We're just going to be adding a little bit more to the mix, making the experience hopefully even better for everybody. So stay tuned.
It's coming on screen doing those segments now.
Yeah, buddy.
Secret. I'm so sorry. Wait.
Rewind. Take that back.
Jose.
I'm really excited that we get to keep the weekly predictions. I fought these guys so we can keep this segment. And everything. There is a surprise with that segment. You just got to stay tuned to season 3.
Yeah, man.
I mean, listen, man, when does it start? I can't wait. Let's go.
Can't keep spilling the beans though. We gotta keep some things internal, right?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, come on, man.
But when does season
What?
3 starts to let our fellow fans know?
Well, I want to say, but I don't want you guys, because don't hold us to it if something happens. Season 3 may start this Monday, October 17th. Maybe.
Woo!
If everything works out okay, season 3 will start this Monday, October 17th, because we know the regular season is starting. So we got to get it going. But if it doesn't happen, then it'll be the following Monday. But I think we're okay. We'll keep you guys tuned in, because there's still some work that needs to be done.
What are we doing here right now? I mean, we should be leaving so we can start working on season 3.
Actually, we probably should be. There you go. I mean, and see, guys, I told you. I mean, it may look like I'm running things. Listen. I'm a puppet. He's the puppet master. I'm just, I'm just here. Okay. When John speaks, that's it. It happens. So John said end the show.
No.
And guess what? I'm gonna end the show because John said end the show. Done.
No. Let's not do that.
No, but really, no, I wouldn't do that to you guys. But really, I am ending the show. There's not much to talk about. We talked about everything I wanted to cover, and wanted to get you guys, in the mix with the fire emojis, and let you guys know that, like I said, we are right around the corner from season 3. Hopefully you guys like it. And like I said, it's not going to be earth shattering. You're going to still see some of the same stuff you've seen. It's just, we're going to give you a different look and add some new elements to all of the shows, not just SKF Weekly on Mondays at 9 p.m. in case anybody needed to know, not just the NBA Report on Thursdays at 8 p.m. on the NBK network. Also, the Saturday show. That's right. Know the Ledge, 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings. We are retooling, revamping, changing little bits and pieces of everything. Give you a new, cleaner look, new style, new focus, better content.
Look at this guy. Whoa.
I think we need to let the fans know. Listen. You guys got us to 2,000 subscribers, even more. I haven't checked the numbers. But we also need you guys to follow us, not only on YouTube, but follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Look at that handle right there on the screen. Go ahead. It only takes 5 seconds. We wait for you. Let's wait.
Do we have some elevator music while we wait?
It would have been nice.
How about them Giants, huh?
Well, I tell you, listen, 4-1. Let's go, London. Come on, baby. We took it to London. And let me just say, London is a big Green Bay following out there. They love Green Bay out there. It was interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think it's more of a Rodgers fan base, right? He's sort of like the face that they were promoting. So they didn't expect the Giants to come away with a victory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So. No, it's true. It's very true. I don't think they did. But hey, listen, the Giants did it, and that's all that matters. So did everybody follow us on Twitter and on Instagram? Is it done? You guys all did it?
I think they did it.
Yeah.
And if they
I think you all did.
And the ones who aren't here right now who are going to watch this afterwards, hey guys, that pause was also for you. We're waiting for you to go and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The reason why we say that is because, as the gentleman said, we're doing some changes. We're bringing something new to this next season. And you're going to be up to date if you follow us on social media.
So
is this the part where you guys give like the sentimental speech?
Well, I mean, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, sure. Think about it like this. Season 2 was amazing, right? It was amazing not only because we were able. This is the first season that I was able to be with you guys for the entire season. From preseason all the way to postseason to all these crazy interviewers that we had. But we also hit a lot of milestones within this season alone.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We got to 1,000. We got to 2,000 subscribers right before the year ended, right before preseason even started for this season coming up. So
even more so, we got to 100. That was sort of our first, you know. Like we got 100 followers and views. Love it.
this season was
that was a
also
special
the season
moment.
that we decided to no longer do the pre-recorded and upload it, but we just made the decision to do live every Monday night at 9 p.m.
Right. Even
Guys.
though
Right.
this was something I was frowning upon.
This one is for you guys, for both of you.
I mean,
Yes. It's a team
On to
effort.
season 3.
yeah.
On to
Thank
season
you,
3.
Jose. Listen, thank you. None of this moves without having the proper foundation. Like I always call us the three amigos, the tres mascareritos. You know what I mean? It's the unit. It's the unit. Because that's the thing that I hope everybody out there knows that supports the show, that appreciates us and what we do. Even if you see one of us on the screen, if it's just me, if it's just John, even if Jose pops in and you just see Jose, it's all three of us. Everything works together. So yeah, man. But thank you guys for tuning in once again. Like I said, and everybody has said so far, stay tuned. We hope to give you some better content, and you know, just a better overall experience. And most importantly, we hope that our New York Knicks play good, solid basketball. Give us something to continue to root for. Hey, all right. Hey, I like that. Yeah, listen. You almost threw me off my stride, but I know I got to flow with it. Listen, just keep tuning in to the smooth, sultry sounds of Ron and John on Still Knick Fans. Okay, guys. All right. Now I know the show is really over.
You were meant to do music, and you know, you were meant to be in this world, bro.
Well,
see how
you know,
quickly
maybe.
you adapt.
Right. Anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I know it's a very busy Monday once again. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the Knick content creators. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you to you guys. And I'm excited because you know what? Wednesday we get Knick basketball again. Wednesday, Knicks versus Pacers, 7:30. And before we get out of here, John, any early predictions about the game? Anything you're looking forward to, or what do you think about the actual outcome of the game?
I'm interested to know if we'll have 2 games in before we start our season 3. Will we be having both of those? Is it Sunday? Is it Wednesday and Sunday?
You might be right. Hold on.
Because if it is, I can give you a prediction for both.
Ooh. So you're saying, but these predictions don't count,
don't
folks.
count.
These are not a part, right?
Don't get nervous, Ron. Don't get nervous.
Yeah, we don't need that. I haven't fared too well with the predictions. Yes, actually, there will be 2 games this week. It's Wednesday, and the scheduling people are on some wild stuff because we just played not too long ago, right? On what was it, Friday? And then you go from Friday to Wednesday, and then they give you another game on Friday. Weird.
Also, it's Wednesday and Friday, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So who are we playing? The Pacers, and who do we play on Friday?
The Wizards.
Oh, that's right. We end with the Wizards. Okay. I'm definitely gonna say we get both wins. And I think we go into the season 4-0 from the preseason, and we go into the game at because we play Memphis at Memphis, right? And so that's going to be a tough game. So I think we need all the momentum in our favor, and looking forward to that first fresh start to be, you know, going in on a high note. So I'm taking the wins. I'm taking the wins.
All right, I like it. I'm with it. There you go. You heard it here, folks. John has proclaimed Knicks victories in the next 2 preseason games, and that is law. So I am going to agree with Mr. John here because he knows everything. I'm not going to go against him. Okay, he obviously had a better feel for it last year than I did. So yes, I agree. Yeah. So 4-0 to go into the regular season, which is I think good momentum for the Knicks. Good games for them to build their chemistry, and we want to see the differences between these last two games. Do the Knicks switch up in the final game, or do they keep doing what they've been doing? Because some people feel like we're going to see the same thing we've seen from the first two games of the preseason in this third game, and then the fourth game could go against what John. He might shift it up to go either regular season Tibbs, or some people think he might shift it up and just go bench guys, like playing.
I don't see
everybody. Hey, listen, I don't know.
And this is why I don't. You tell me, how do you see it? How do you see it?
I think he will go regular season Tibbs for the fourth game. I think he'll go regular season Tibbs and start to shorten the rotation to really get, because I think it's more of a conditioning thing too, and chemistry, seeing how these guys play in extended minutes together. That's what I think he's going to do.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't see him handing off the fourth game because you have a limited amount of time to play with each other. You know what I mean? And then there's minimal amount of practices throughout the season. And so you got to get your guys prepared. And I think this is the best opportunity to do so in these last two preseason games. I think that fourth game, I think you're right. He may shorten the rotation a bit. And then I think he's been playing Rose spot minutes right now. And I think Rose will get a little bit more playing. If not this next game on Wednesday, definitely on Friday, I expect him to get, between 15 and 20 minutes around there, just to get him acclimated with the sort of his role on this team. So, yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I can dig that. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I definitely think I can agree with that. So I think that's what we're going to go with. I'm going with that opinion that Tibbs kind of stays true to Tibbs. Even though we like what we're seeing so far from him,
right.
This is Tibbs. So, yeah, definitely. And before we go and say our final words, I'm just going to put this in the chat, guys. So if you guys are interested, you don't have to be, but if you are interested, let's see. Let me put that title. If you guys are into the show, Power Book 2 Canaan, or is it Power Book 3 Canaan? I think it's Power Book 3 Canaan. You can see your guy on the show. I did a nice little round table with the Spot Real Talk. They are a review show. They recap show. They look at different TV shows and movies and things, and they recap them. And what is a beautiful thing about their channel is that they every so often have these roundtable shows where they'll bring a bunch of guest people, spotters like myself, a fan who watches, who's been on the show multiple times. They'll bring us on to a round table where there's multiple people, and they'll have a celebrity from one of the shows that, an actor or actress from one of the shows that they cover.
Nice.
So in this case, they had the gentleman who plays Uncle Marvin on Power Canaan. He also plays Reggie. If you guys ever watched the show Ballers, he also plays Reggie. His name is London Brown. So definitely, if you're into all that, check it out. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Boom, there you go. It's something to watch if you're not watching nothing else. You know what I mean?
Very
and
nice.
Support
Very
them.
nice.
Give them a like. Give them a like over there. They're good people, man. Shout out to Tiffany, Tiara, and my namesake, the other Ron. He's over there as well. Good group of people. All right, John. As always, it's been a pleasure. Any final words, my brother?
Hey, man, much love to those on the chat and those who are tuning in. I appreciate you all. Looking forward to the next one. Stay blessed out there. We out of here.
Sounds good. Thank you to Illmatics. Appreciate you. Kaiser Soze in the building. Canal Ban Lauya is here. Keith Turner. I think I might have mentioned you, but if I didn't, I'm mentioning you now. And David L., JT Riddick, and Lions of Judah in the building. Appreciate you guys. And off topic, Illmatic said, RRR. So Triple R was incredible on Netflix. Okay, I'll check it out, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, anyway, guys, once again, it was a pleasure to be here with you guys, chopping it up on this busy Monday. You got Monday Night Football. You got all types of Knick content. We got a Knick game on Wednesday against the Pacers. We got another one on Friday against the Washington Wizards. Let's go. We're right there, folks. We are right there. The season is around the corner. Opening night is next Wednesday in Memphis. And then we've got the home opener on October 21st, which is the following Friday, which
and you and I will be there.
Let's go, baby. Also, let me not fail to mention that if you guys want to chop it up with us, we're going to have a pregame and postgame that same night. If you can't make it to the game, if you don't have tickets, you can come to Legends, which is right by the Garden. Before we, next week, the next show, I'll give people the address to Legends. It's a bar. We're going to be doing a pregame and postgame for the Nothing But Knicks network with Simeon, Russell, and the rest of the group, at least those who can make it. International Andy can't make it because he's in Poland. But you know what I mean. There's going to be a fun time. So if you guys can't make it to the game, come chop it up, come to Legends. Why not? We'll chop it up, have a couple drinks, maybe some buffalo wings that won't be as good as the ones I got where John took us, but still, it should be a fun time. Anyway, all right, man. So take care, guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you on the next one. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans, we'll be back again. And last but not least, shout out to my guy Jose holding us down on the ones and twos. You know what I mean? There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Have a great night.